Now, be honest. When you couldn't control Cousins leaving, all right. He just he wanted too much money. He was going to leave. But when they did trade for Alex, did you in your mind say? Now, be honest here. Did you in your mind say, all right, we've got a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins, or did you think to yourself, you know what, he's good, but he's just not going to be what Cousins is?
I would say the latter for sure. When you're talking about a quarterback that plays on another team, you see them in fits and starts. You see the highlight packages, on Monday morning. So you don't really know a quarterback from another team, although there certainly was a lot of information out there. And Alex has been in the league for a long time. I've probably watched, a half dozen games with him involved. My impressions when I first heard about the trade was, okay, here's a very good veteran, a game manager, a guy who's not going to turn the ball over. He's not going to fumble the ball. He's not going to throw interceptions. He's not going to wow you with his arm. He can get outside the pocket and make some plays with his legs. He's 34 years old, so he's definitely on the back nine. So I was curious, but there was no part of me that said, "Whoa, they upgraded here. This is the missing link. This is the missing piece. The Redskins' offense is going to go gangbusters now." I certainly had a little trepidation and was wondering how it was going to go. And what we've seen so far, I think, kind of validates that concern. I know I'm not alone in voicing that. And that was Alex Smith's worst game as a Redskin. It's early yet. He's clearly still getting on the same page with the players around him. It sounded from what Jay Gruden said on a conference call yesterday that he's still getting on the same page with the head coach as well. Mm-hmm. So you hope that both sides are kind of getting through that feeling out process. He didn't play a whole lot in the preseason.
Tark, that's what I'll say. I mean, we're killing the passing game for good reason, right? And a lot of it goes on Alex, but they are only 4 games in. Things can change over the course of a season, right? There are chemistry issues. They don't have a true number one. Sure. He had a true number one. Actually, he probably had 2 number ones in Kansas City because he had one of the best tight ends. So, sure. I mean, things were different in Kansas City. Now, I don't know if Skins fans were expecting to see the same type of production, or they just don't have the same personnel. So maybe things can get better, but if they don't, then you may be looking at this quarterback going, you know what, he's not worth the money.
Well, I would certainly say this. After they got Alex Smith, the one thing I thought was, okay, this could be okay if they surround him with enough threats. And they've got some good pieces. Don't get me wrong. The Redskins have some good pieces. I mean, they're 2-2 right now. They're still in first place in the NFC. It's way too early to start killing anybody right now. But I did have some concerns in terms of roster construction when I looked at the players that they were putting around them and the players they were keeping. It just didn't seem to add up. Mm-hmm. And I think at this point, I would say the defense is certainly ahead of the offense, although the defense wasn't very good down there in New Orleans on Monday night either. Look, it was a pathetic performance coming out of a 15-day break. There's no way that you should be getting beat 43-19. Look, Drew Brees did what he does. It was a banner night, a historic night for him. That's a tough building to play in, but you shouldn't look that bad on national television. You shouldn't have Josh Norman getting benched to start the second half. There were just way too many things that went wrong in that game 2 weeks.
Did you agree with Jay Gruden's decision to have Chris Thompson in the game when the Skins are trailing by 24? He attempts the 2-point conversion, gets blown up at the goal line. Now he suffered a rib injury. Why would you have an injury-prone guy in when you're getting blown out on national TV? I don't see how that makes a lot of sense.
That's actually the first I kind of really thought about that, and I understand the point you're making. The comeback opportunity probably was not there that late in the game, and you certainly are dealing with a very important part of the offense, a guy who's not very big in stature, and we know about his injury history going all the way back to Florida State. That said, that's not the way football coaches are wired. That's not the way football players are wired. If there's time on the clock, they always think they can make something happen. But, yeah, that was a big thump that Chris Thompson took, and we're probably going to find out today the extent of that injury. You got to hope there's nothing a big part of this offense in the passing game, in the running game, in the pass blocking game. He's a huge chip, and you hope he's healthy and ready to go against the Panthers.